Alright everyone, so since y'all seem to like my top 5 or 10 videos so much, we're going to do another one. But this time, it's going to be on the Chevy slash GMC S series pickups and or Blazers. Here, I happen to have a Blazer from 1986 actually, but I've had 4 others. I've had an 85 truck, regular cab short bed. I had an 87 truck regular cab long bed. I had another regular cab short bed truck from 91. And then I had an 88 Jimmy. And those were all stock with stock engines, all basically stock. And the 87 truck was a red one. It was actually my first truck that I drove everywhere. I drove the wheels off that damn thing. I loved it. But if you're watching this video, you're probably thinking about getting one or you've already got one. So let me break down a few things you're going to have to watch out for. So you can get them in varying conditions. I would advise looking for nicer ones. But, I mean, you can get them for pretty cheap basically anywhere. Look in any junkyard, you'll find parts for them. That's why I love these little things. I can go to any junkyard in a 50-mile radius and probably find 5 or 10 of these things in every junkyard. So they're really awesome as far as having a solid little platform that's not too old that you can't find parts for, but it's still old enough to be kind of cool. And like I mentioned, they're really solid. It's body-on-frame construction. For the Blazers, you've got the one-piece body here and then the fenders, whereas the trucks, you've got the cab and the bed is going to be separate, but it's all on pretty sturdy frames, and lots of guys use the frames and suspension setups for rat rods and all sorts of custom stuff, which we'll get into that because, as you can see, mine's not exactly stock. And you'll see that especially once we get to the front. So I'm going to start with basically everything on there that's rubber or moves like a pump, like fuel pump, anything like that, replace it. Lines, anything like that, go ahead and replace it, because they've probably been sitting for 10 years before you got to it, and they're already 30 plus years old at this point. So just go ahead and replace all that stuff, or at least start formulating a plan on scheduling replacements for it all, because you're going to have to eventually. I mean, let's face it, these trucks are getting old and all the rubber is starting to degrade on them. I mean, just look, like right here on the window sills, you're going to have to replace all that little stuff. So just get ready for that. And it kind of depends on your level of nitpickiness. As you can see, mine's still a little rough. But for the sake of this video right now, let's pretend like this is all stock. Like, let's pretend like there's a stock V6 here, yeah? So with the V6s, in my experience, your fuel system, you're going to want to keep up on. Replace your fuel filter constantly. You're probably going to want to replace your pump too at some point, because it's going to go. Invariably, it's going to go. On my 87, the throttle body went out on it. And on my 88 Jimmy, the fuel pump went out on it. So that's something you're going to have to look out for. But, if you replace your filter regularly, it won't be too big of a problem. So there's that. And then I know on some of the V6s, your intake manifold gaskets, especially up by the front, you're going to start getting leaks, and you're going to want to replace those. So get ready for that. Oh, what else? Let's see. Oh, ABS. So your ABS is going to want to mess with you sometimes, and they're kind of a pain to find the parts for if, sometimes. They're not terrible, but some guys, they just delete it entirely. Which I think that's been done on here a long time ago. And then I'm going to get into some other stuff about like the AC boxes and stuff. I'm going to do a separate video on what to look for V8 swapping, what to do to V8 swap them, all that. That's going to drop probably right after this video, actually. Then what else are we gonna do? Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, one of the big bads while I'm over here. Behind here, there's a heater core. And you basically have to pull out most of the dash, I believe. I don't think I've had to do it on this, but they're just a major pain. And I don't know if you can do it, but if you can get to the heater core if you take this off, these aren't hard to take off. It's just a bunch of 10 millimeter bolts around the perimeter. And if you take the inner fender liner off, you can get to the bottom bolts super easy. It's not that hard. Some guys say taking those boxes off is a super pain, but all you got to do is take that inner fender liner off, and it's cake. But so that's one of the big bads of this vehicle is the dang heater core. So get ready for that. I saved the best one for last, guys, and I'm sure I'm missing a few that you guys are going to fire off down in the comments. Please do. I'd like to hear it. And I'm going to touch on some of these other things in other videos, like, the G80 rear ends. They call them, grenade 80s or, gov bombs, stuff like that. So, the G80 rear ends, they'll work, but as soon as you start putting high horsepower to them, they're done. A good one I almost forgot. These goddamn rear windows. So what happens is this little latch in here, it degrades the steel part that's on the window, and it squeaks as you're going down the road. It's a constant squeaking, but I figured out a way to semi-fix it. You just wrap it in some electrical tape. Wrap the little latch part in some electrical tape that's on the window. I'd show you guys, but all my windows are currently up in the rafters right now. I don't feel like getting up there. So, yeah. But wrap it in electrical tape. That'll stop your squeak. And then just check it periodically. Oh, the best for last, though. You notice the whole time I haven't opened the doors on here. And that's for a reason. God dang it. I don't know if you've seen that, but on this one, it's not as perceptible on some other ones, but the doors sag. Oh my God, it's so annoying. It's an easy fix. You just go get you some Endura pins and you replace them. It's not hard. Just follow the procedure. But oh my God, so annoying. So annoying. The doors and windows on these trucks, I mean, if you don't keep them pristinely lubricated and replace the pins and all that, the windows will fall off the tracks. Oh, and if you got electric windows, good luck, because those overheat and the motors go out. Oh my goodness. Such a pain. God, I can't stand it. I'm going to have these windows redone and the pins redone on this one because I haven't done it yet. Because when I drove this truck, it was a daily driver and I didn't have a lot of money and my mechanical skill was not what it is now at all. So I just drove the wheels off of it and had fun. But, and I wouldn't say there's too much wrong with the interiors of these. Mine's all stripped out. I mean, it's standard GM stuff. I don't really need to go into it. Cheap plastic, headliners that fall down, yada, yada, yada. I don't need to touch on cheap GM interiors. Everybody's beat that horse to death. So, but there is going to be a video coming up. If you guys want more of an explanation on the history of my Blazer and what I'm going to do to it, fancy, pieces I've picked out for it so far. If you know, you know. So that'll also be coming soon. And the giveaway is going to be coming up as soon as I hit 1,000 subscribers and get me some YouTube money. So everybody subscribe, and I really appreciate you watching. And I never even thought my channel would get this far. It's so awesome. But it all started with this guy. So let me know what you think down in the comments. Hit the like button. I really, really appreciate what everyone's doing for my channel. Thank you.